Welcome back to Transforming Families, and thank you so much for keeping it right here. Remember, you can talk to us on our social media pages. Facebook and YouTube is at CAC TV Kenya. Tell us, what plans do you have for the D-Day, the 25th? Where are you going, and for how long have you been financially planning for whatever activity you are going to do on that day? Before we went on a very short break, Prof was telling us how Christmas has been such a nice tradition, and even as we are celebrating this, we remember that the main intention is because of Jesus Christ and his love for us. Trev, you wanted to say something
yes,
about the same?
thanks a lot, Faith. I wanted to pick it up from where Professor left it.
Okay.
That Christmas, she said, is a tradition. And people are used to tradition, it's the end of the year, and even some companies take a month, a week, or whatever to just take a break or 2 weeks. It is good in life to always promise your heart something. And Christmas is that time when we promise our heart, I'll be resting.
Yeah.
I'll be enjoying the fruit of my labor. I have worked for the whole year. Christmas is the time ya kujirudishia shukrani.
Yeah.
I will buy myself a new dress. You know, those are the moments what used to happen, especially those of us that grew up in the village.
Yeah.
I'll eat chapon on Christmas. So you're promising your heart something good. I'll wear a new dress. I'll have a new shoe. I'll have a new this. So Christmas is that time when you promise your heart a nicety, something nice and sweet. And that promising of your heart something good, it makes you have a reason to face tomorrow. It is January, it is February, it is September. I'm so tired, I'm so disappointed. I'm like, come on, Edward, come on, keep it going. Christmas is coming. Come on, keep it going. Christmas is coming. So I'm telling my heart, Christmas comes and I'll be such a happy man. I will enjoy. It will be a time to just relax.
Yeah.
I will have so many weddings. And thank God nobody weds on the 25th of Christmas. You know? As a minister, I have so many weddings. I have one on 12th. I have another one on 12th. Because I'm total mchungaji na on 12th. I have 2 weddings on 19th. Then after that, no more weddings.
Yeah.
So I'll be promising my heart, yes. After all that, being tired, I can sit back, put my feet on the table, on the couch, and just relax. And in life, it is important to promise your heart something. That's why, like, if you take your off day on a Monday, or a Tuesday, or a Thursday, you find yourself, even when you're working so hard, you are looking forward to Sunday when you relax, or Tuesday when you relax.
Yeah.
For me, Monday is so special. I will have a very busy weekend, but still have so much energies. What gives me the energies on Friday, Saturday, Sunday to work, and even finish on Sunday very strong? Because I'm telling my heart, tomorrow, Edward, you can sleep as much as you want.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Edward, you can go play golf. Tomorrow, Edward, you can go run around in your shorts and feel relaxed.
Yeah.
So Christmas is that time when your whole body goes like on a reboot. You know, like the way a computer reboots.
Yeah.
So Christmas is the rebooting season, you know, like your body relaxes, it regenerates, it reboots. So January you can kick off.
Yeah.
So it is necessary to celebrate Christmas. Either you are traveling or you are at home, allow your body to reboot.
All right.
Yes.
All right. And that's really very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, we know, like Prof said, Christmas, the reason for Christmas is Jesus Christ. But it's even Jesus Christ himself. During Christmas, the mother to Jesus and the father to Jesus, they traveled. They went to Jerusalem to be counted all the way from Nazareth.
Yeah.
And they went to Jerusalem, they traveled. That's why traveling over Christmas, kuna raha fulani, kuna kama Yesu na wazazi wake wali travel, why not us?
Yeah.
And after they got counted in Jerusalem, they traveled back to Nazareth.
Yeah.
So that's why we feel like we also like travel outside of our villages to or our homes to that other place.
Yeah.
It's a time for celebration. And birthdays are important. Birthdays are sweet.
They are.
Yes.
They are.
So this is the birthday of Jesus Christ, our Savior. So when you're celebrating a birthday, it's my birthday. I feel nice when people cut a cake for me, paint me over, then give me gifts over Christmas. So this is Christmas for Jesus. So you also feel nice as you do it.
Yeah.
Don't let it just pass.
Okay.
Celebrate it.
Celebrate
and
it.
have fun. Yes.
We've talked a lot about traveling. I don't want us to ignore the fact that we are also speaking to families and couples that have children. And it's quite different when you're traveling as just 2 adults and you're traveling as 2 adults with maybe 3 kids or 4 or even 1 kid. Yeah. Maybe what are some of the important factors that one should consider when they're really traveling with children?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. There are key things that one needs to consider. And One of them is the developmental stages of the children, because they have needs. Because if these are children with Pampers, then we need to think about them differently in terms of the needs that they are going to be requiring in the travel. Because it can be very messy if prior preparation and planning has not been done for the small children. Again, it's important to appreciate that small children love everything they see with their eyes, and preparing them that when they go out, this is what you're going to be buying for them, helps them to be prepared that not everything that they are going to be seeing is going to be bought for them. Because again, it can be very distressing for the parents, and especially when children are not prepared about what is doable and what is not doable for them. And entirely, just like Reverend said in the beginning, preparing for that outing. What is it that you'd want to go and do? Are you just traveling to see for sightseeing?
Yeah.
Or are you traveling so that you can have a time together, talk together, even address some of the very vulnerable subjects that you hardly touch? But because it's a time of joy and excitation, you can be able to touch even those topics and areas of your lives as a family that you learn away from many times. So is it about sitting together, some pockets of that, so that you can be able to address those matters that you hardly look into? Or is it a time where you just want to go and refresh, and there are moments where people can be allowed to take their own time and go to their different spaces and really feel refreshed, even if they're in one place? Because there are times you're saying all the activities have to be enjoyed and have to be done by everyone. But for some families, they also plan that, yes, there are those common activities that people can do together, but there are also going to be opportunities for people to get into spaces where individually they can be able to enjoy and to feel fulfilled by whatever activities that they are going to be doing. Yeah, the planning bit still becomes very crucial in this, and explaining to people, especially the dependents, that this is the far we can go in the provisions. Yeah.
To add up a little bit on the travel, traveling with children. Traveling with the children is very tricky. From a life experience and seeing the life of other people, traveling with the children is very tricky. And when you're traveling with the children, it's not the same as when you're traveling, the two of you. And when our children were small, it was tricky to travel with them. Despite the fact that God has blessed us with a car, and right from when the firstborn was born, traveling with the children when they were young, it was so difficult when you have to carry, like in the boot, the trunk of a car, it's full of diapers, and especially for our firstborn, it was diapers. It was not diaper, it was nappy. So you have to carry so many napkins, and you are traveling you can't even go to a hotel, because where do you wash the nappies and where are you going to hang them? So even if you wanted to do a holiday, we would do those moments. We would go to we went to cottages. That's what we'll do, so that you have a place where you even carry the house girl along. So it was a very tedious experience. Then you have to buy basin ya kuoshea mtoto, karaya ya kufuria. So at that moment we realized holiday was not fun. We were getting more tired going on holiday. So those are the moments we decided we will sit back at home. It is Christmas time, let's bring Christmas home and enjoy ourselves. Maybe visit one or two relatives for our family get together, or for a particular reason for the family. But we minimized our travels a lot when the children were small. Because you travel to a hotel with a baby who is less than 3 years, and that child is running up and down. As a mother or a father, you can't even sit down and enjoy a meal, because the child is running all over. They are disturbing other patrons. You don't want a child to disturb other patrons. Ameenda kwa meza wenyewe, amevuta chakula wenyewe. Sasa holiday akona mwaka mmoja, miaka miwili. So the holiday becomes such a mess. So you go there and you find yourself even as a couple you're starting to quarrel because wewe angalia mtoto, wewe uangalie mtoto, ule umeangalia mtoto, ni duty yako kuangalia mtoto, niende nikaswim. Now the holiday you intended to go and enjoy and have fun, you're no longer having fun.
Yeah.
You even find as a young couple you have only traveled to please your friends. Since your friends have gone on holiday, you're also going on holiday ili wafurahishe. But in the actual sense, umechoka zaidi kwa your holiday. You get frustrated. You go to a holiday and you even pay for your house help because so that she can stay with the child. And the house girl also want to enjoy, to stay with the baby. So mtoto anamsumbua, tunampatia house girl room yake amsumbue, hata labda atamchuna. You know, kwa sababu umekuja kunisumbulia huku kwa holiday na hata mimi nataka kwenda kwa beach nikajiangalilie maji. Mombasa. So minimize travels as a family because it is not fun to travel with a little baby. Let the child grow. Give the child good time. Let them grow. When they get to a certain age, they are like 7 years, 8 years. You will enjoy traveling with them. Now they can go, they can eat anything in the hotel, they will have fun. But plan for them. You are going to the village and you are meeting as families, take charge of your child. Hii mambo ya kwenda nyumbani Gishagi, kijijini, and you expect other people to take care of their baby. Because wewe umetoka Nairobi, sasa wale wanakaanga nyumbani ndio waangalilie wa mtoto. Mtoto wangu ameoshwa. Yani hata mwezi kuniangalia mtoto wangu. Mtoto ni wako. Beba msigo wako. Mimi husema mtu apambane na hali yake. Mtu apambane na hali yake. Don't travel from Nairobi or from Mombasa, go to the village and you try to bully everybody else in the village. Ufuliwe nguo za mtoto wako. Ufuliwe nguo zako, sijui muoshewe nini. Kwani hamjatengeneza malenge ya mtoto wangu? Kwani hamjatengeneza maziwa ya mtoto wangu iko wapi? Mtoto ni wako. Pambana na hali yako unapoenda village.
Alright. Yes. Pambana na hali yako.
Pambana na hali yako.
Yeah, it's a good rule. Yes.
Alright, let's talk about teenagers. Yeah. You find that some families will go out for holidays and the young boys and girls will not enjoy, either because they don't feel included, they want to go to that destination, and so many other factors. And it's quite, I'd say, sad to see that you as a parent, you think, nimeleta watoto wangu huko Zanzibar, they need to have fun, then they're not appreciating my efforts. But maybe your kids actually are even not quite happy and they didn't enjoy their stay there. So should this be a point of discussion where you pick the destination with the child and include them in the whole process? What steps should you take to ensure that everyone in the family gets to enjoy wherever you are going?
Right. You have asked a very good question, Faith. Should they be included in the discussions regarding the destination and even the activities that are going to be done during that period of time? Yes. Because you see, adolescents are not children anymore. There is what they would want to experience for them to feel this was a good destination for us or for me, or the activities that we did were good activities, they were refreshing activities, they were activities that we loved to do. So including them in the discussions and planning is vital, because then everyone is bought into the idea and everyone is feeling a sense of belonging into what you're doing or you're going to do. And there is not going to be distressing moments because people are feeling, why were we brought here? Because all those questions were answered even before they came. So it is important. Adolescents, like I said, are not children. They are not even a mzigo, so that you can load them in a vehicle and you take them to the destination you want to go. When we think about an adolescent's developmental stage, it is a time they have their own perspectives, they have their own ideas, they have their own way of looking at the world and looking at situations, and therefore they can be very controversial. They look like they are always complaining and they are always arguing, and parents get really angry with them because can't you get satisfied for once? You know, and they can even be beaten during those moments they have been taken out. And that one is going to be quite something into the future, because they will be reminded again and again, you beat me, Dad. You slapped me. We went to Mombasa and you slapped me. And I am an adolescent. I am an adult now, but you beat me up. So it becomes quite something. So involve them. And also realize they are very emotive, they are very temperamental. We wouldn't say they are very steady and they are balanced. They are not. They have not reached that level of mental balance. They still look at life from a fantasy angle, where they are still dreaming and seeing things in their flowery ways. And therefore parents have to say, you know what, this is what we can be able to afford. We are not going to be able to afford 1, 2, 3 that you have put in the menu of what we are going to be doing out there. So being firm and also being gentle and communicating facts about where you are at, and like Lefred said, that this is a time when dads or the key member of the family are pushed to the wall, because they're supposed to be providing even when they don't have whatever they are required to be providing. And therefore being gracious to them is important. Even the adolescents that we are talking about, they are listening to us, and we can say, can you also be gracious to your parents? Because you don't have to push them on edge, because your other friends are going to other destinations and other things are going to be done to them, but your parents are not able to do that. You need to understand them, and you need to be gracious to them, and you need to be thankful to them that they are even thinking of taking you out.
Sure.
Yeah, it's exactly, Prof has said it, and said it in a very clear and precise way, that you need to be considerate of your parents, and really, really considerate of them. When you consider the holiday and you think about the holiday your parents have paid for you, however, on the part of the parents, it's good to ask yourself, what do the children need? And I have always said this, and I want to repeat it again. If you have not been able to spend time with your family, you cannot be able to go and think you're going to spend time together in a holiday. We always say this saying, the family that prays together stays together. If you have a tradition of coming together every other day, either you pray over a meal, or you pray before you go to sleep, or you go to church together, or you do this, even now planning for a holiday becomes easier, because you'll go out to that holiday and you'll be able to spend time with each other when you're in a holiday. But if you do not spend time together in the holiday, at home, the holiday will not be able to spend together. So discuss with your children, where are we going for holiday? Because they are teenagers. When they are young adults, spend together with them. And again, know when to let go. Know when to let go. Like I always say, a child is a 25-year investment. Even after 25 years, you're still not letting go your child, unless there are some complications. There are developmental challenges, and the child grew up. There are children who are late bloomers, or maybe they were delayed in their education, they delayed before they could be free. But at least at 25 years, the child needs to be free. So at that time, they are adults. Even as you plan for holiday, you want to know whether they will be part of that holiday. Because if already one, is married at 26, 25, now that is another family you're talking about. The child is going into another family. So you need to ask yourself, what is it the children need in this holiday? So that you do not spend so much money and you become not cohesive out of the holiday, but coming out of the holiday you come more divided and angry, because if you're the breadwinner in the family, you are the provider, either as the mother or the father, then you go on a holiday, and instead of bonding your children, you even fight over the holiday, even with your spouse. Then you become very bitter. When you remember the money you have spent in holiday, na sasa mnarudi hamuongeleshani. Amen, I'm telling you, it's so painful. You're like, hey, ningekaa huku ninunue hiyo pesa, ningenunua plot, ama ninge-upgrade gari, ama ningefanya ABCD, ama nijinunulie kiatu ingine ama suti ingine. So I think it's important for us to come together. The family that prays together stays together. That's why we need to bear with each other. And you can read that even in Ephesians chapter 4 and verses 3 that says, bear with each other's fault because of your love. So bear with each other, reason together. Isaiah 1:18 will say, come let us reason together. So it is important before you make the holiday, sit together, reason together as a family, then move on.
All right.
And that way everyone will be at peace. And even finances, you're planning and saying, you know what guys, this is the amount of money we have. We have 10,000 this holiday. We have 20,000 to spend. We have 100,000 to spend. So let us prepare a holiday. Mnaangalia hoteli, mnagugu imepita mia. Mnasema this is the amount of money. So that even as the children go, they know how much.
Yeah.
By the way, I've said, me, that's what I always do. Me, we agree. This is the money I'm spending for this holiday. Even when we have gone out, even with my wife, last year we went to California, and we agree, the money you have for shopping is this.
Yeah.
Because you see, ladies have a way of like going and finding things
Yeah.
This is the amount of money you have for spending. When we go out with the children, outside the country, we've done that. And we plan, like where we are on nihi. You have $100 or $200 to spend, the same on your things. So you knock off, and you should see them in supermarkets or in stores when you go. Kila mtu anachukua mi pesa yangu itaisha, anachukua.
Yeah.
And that way hamsumbuani. So by the time you're coming back, you even find somebody amesave. Hata kuna pesa amebakisha yake. Now that way you will not be stressful. Otherwise, kama hamjapanga even what to spend on shopping.
Yeah.
You'll go out on holiday and you find yourself, you are so mean, ulitulete yani nyuku, na utaki hata tununue viatu, ona vile hata saa inauza bei rahisi utaki tununue. So that's why that uwapeleka. So you come back very stressed. So the best thing is plan. Go out, mmetoka nyumbani mkijua hii ndio pesa yako, hii ndio pesa yako, twende kazi.
Sure.
I may have found that working so nicely. Yes.
It is very clear that planning is actually important when it comes to Christmas holidays. You don't just wake up December 1st and like, okay, so what are we going to do? How much do we have? Should we take a loan and all that? It's clearly, it requires a lot of planning and consideration of a lot of factors. Maybe as we conclude, speaking of finances as well, when it comes to saving up for where you're going or how you're going to enjoy your holiday season, who should chip in? Is it the breadwinner alone, or also other family members should chip in for the holiday?
All right, a family is called a family because it has many members, and those members, they need to take responsibility over everything that happens, including the holiday and the finances that have to be set aside. And therefore, anyone should do that. In little ways, in big ways, because again, there can be a sliding scale in how people are contributing to this kitty. And again, even as the head of the family, you're teaching your family disciplines. Discipline to collaborate together so that you can be able to plan together and you can make it better. So the more you include people, the more you make them to be responsible in little ways, in big ways, as they continue to expand themselves in the sphere of being employed or starting their own businesses, the more you make them to be responsible. It shouldn't be one man's show. That one man show, if this one man dies, everything dies in the family. And because we are looking at family in continuity, or we are looking at families transgenerationally, it would be very wise in whatever activity is being done in the family that everyone is going to contribute. And contribution does not have to be money. It can also be in kind. What are the other things that are required that people can give towards this travel or towards the enjoyment of this holiday? So everyone should, and they should set aside, whether it's in kind or it's in money, those finances, so that just like Leverett said, we can seem like a family that knows what it is doing.
Very well put. That's how it should be. And thank you very much, Prof, for putting it so well. That when it comes to the issues of contribution in the family and the giving, it is about everyone. And it's good to say the reason why we are a family, like Prof is saying, is because we are all members of different units but the same family. My suggestion and idea has always been this, that the money I earn, get a salary, 20% is my money. 80% belongs to the family.
Okay.
So if my wife was to earn 20% is her money, vile ataitumia tukule, ajirudishie shukrani, arushe kwa hewa, ni sawa. 80% belongs to the family. So as we plan the holiday, even if I am the sole breadwinner, it is 80% that belongs to the family. So it's no longer my money. It is the family money. It's not my money again. It's the family money we are talking about here. So that's why we are like, this is the money. We have 80,000 here. We have 100. We have 10,000. We have 5,000. We are planning on holiday. We are not talking of who brought this money into the house. We are planning for the money that here. It's our money as a family.
Yeah.
That's why when the children are busy Googling and looking for to end happy holiday, you would think they're the one who went to work. Because it is no longer my money, it is the family money. And it's something personally, and I would share this, my own experience. It has never bothered me. I have been the breadwinner in that family, and it doesn't bother me as we sit down and plan. Unasikia mpaka nimepangana, wewe umechukua pesa yako ya holiday ni gani, yako ni ngapi? You should hear them saying pesa yangu nimemaliza. Wewe umemaliza pesa yako. You think they are the ones who earn the money. So the idea of like it is my money should go, and should be the idea of it's our money. That's what the Bible says. In Matthew 19:3-8, you are no longer two but one. So the moment you are one as a family, it is not who brought the money. It is family money. We now discuss it on the table as the money for the family. Yes.
All right. Thank you all for today's episode. I believe you have learned something as well in terms of financing. If that's not what you did, it's okay. We have next year, so plan early. Start now and decide what you're going to do and start saving those little coins aside. Thank you all for joining us today. Let's meet on next episode. Sometimes, same places. I tell you the address on where you'll drop us those chapatis and chicken fast. Enjoy. Till next time, my name is Faith Kauli. Goodbye.